Hi guys, welcome back to Business Team. Welcome back to the PropertY Cooperative. Today we're going to talk about our operational system, which is called Power of Three Marketing. In our system, 3 is a very powerful number. In fact, 3 is a magic number in our business for 3 reasons. First of all, we have 3 main cooperative benefits for the marketers. Secondly, we develop our overall business in teams of 3. And thirdly, our sales income flows from our pay structure, which is called Power of 3 Marketing. Let's take a closer look how this works. The Power of 3 pay structure is based on a concept called split commission. And I'm going to use the real estate industry as a good example to explain how it works. Now, in the real estate industry, there are, number one, agency franchises. These are the owners of the agencies, the principals and the support staff in those agency offices. Secondly, there are the listing agents. These are the guys amongst the agents who actually list the properties that are coming up for sale. And those guys are usually commission earners. And then thirdly, there's the sales agents themselves, the estate agents. And those guys are predominantly self-employed people working within the agency. Now, when a sale takes place, the income from that sale is split between all 3 of those entities. It's a split commission structure. Why is it split this way? Because all 3 of those entities contributed in some way to the conclusion of that sale. And in most agencies, the split looks something like this. 30% would go to the agency itself. That's for the principals and the staff and the general running and overheads. 10% goes to the listing agent, and 60% would go to the sales agent. So there's many ways of applying split commission, and as we do in our property co-op, we apply this to everything that we do. Now, the next principle within this concept of split commission is called leverage, the principle of leverage. Look at these entities within the real estate agency again. Listing agents, they get paid for the individual work they do. That's for each property they list. Sales agents get paid for individual sales that they do themselves. But the principal, that principal gets paid for all sales within the agency made by many agents. And that's called leverage. So the agents receive individual income for their own work. The principal receives leverage income coming from everybody. Now, the co-op applies the leverage process to its compensation plan, and that's for the benefit of all the marketers. And the co-op takes this concept to the next level. So how does the co-op use this concept? First of all, the co-op has 3 main benefits. It has the ability for you as a marketer and a member to earn money, benefit number 1. It then has the concept of work being done by the co-op on your behalf. So while you're doing your job, as it were, the co-op is also doing its job, and profit from the co-op's work also comes to you as a member. And also the third one, and the most important one, is the co-op enables you to own property. And that's not about selling. This is about ownership. So each of these benefits, there's 3 benefits. Each of those benefits has 3 stages to it. So Power of 3 is working in 3s right from the very beginning of this concept. Let us take a look at the first benefit, the ability to earn income. Now, in the co-op, there are, guess what, 3 kinds of income. There's individual income. That's money that comes to you from the work that you do, like those agents. The second one is team income. This is like the principal. It's money that flows to you from work done by the team. And thirdly, there's income that flows to you from the co-op itself. Because while you're busy doing your work, and while the team is busy doing its work, the co-op is busy doing its work. And a proportion of that income also comes to you. Now, I'm sure that you agree, guys, 3 incomes are much better than 1. Now, let us take a look at each of these income sources in a little bit more detail. Individual income. This is called power of one. It's you working alone. This is like being that agent in the real estate. Okay, your income curve is flat. You only get paid for what you do yourself, and you can never earn more because of time. This is similar to being an employee. In the co-op you would do this, but in this case it's only your starting point. The next element is you with a small group. You with what would normally be some employees. This is like being a self-employed person. So here's you, now you are the boss, okay? And you've got 3 workers. This is called power of 2. It's like being the principal in the estate agency. Your income curve, however, remains flat, but you get some additional income coming from the extra help coming from your workers, but the curve is still flat, and you still can never earn any more than that because of time. Also, if you're in this position as a person not working in the co-op, like a self-employed person, you would have to deal with all of the admin, the labor issues, all your compliance, all your problems coming from the contracts that you do as a self-employed person. In the co-op we have none of that. It's just you working with a small group of, guess how many? 3. Now we're coming to the important part, individual income power of 3. Now this is not about management anymore. It's not about you being the boss. It's about you using a completely different approach called mentoring. It's about you showing people what to do by showing them what you do, working together. So this is your team of 1, 2, 3 members in the co-op. Okay, members that you have subscribed to the co-op. These are not your employees. These are your co-workers. These are your partners, and your job is to work with them to make them operationally independent of you, completely different to the world of employment. This is called mentoring 1, and it's about you helping those 3 new marketers, those 3 new members, to complete 3 subscription sales exactly the way that you did it. Okay, now what's going to happen? You're going to get paid for your work, and you're also going to get paid for the work they do. Now it's getting interesting. So what next? So now you are the leader of a team. You are not their boss. They are your partners, and they're relying upon you to show them the way. This is called mentoring 2. So here's your guys, here's your team. You're going to work with them steadily until they achieve 3 subscription sales. You're going to show them how to make those 3 sales, and then you're going to show them, listen, how to mentor 3 new marketers exactly the same way that you did. This is called mentoring level 2, and it's about working with them until they achieve their 3 subscription sales. And this makes them something different. It makes them financially independent of you. So power of 3 is all about teamwork and mentoring. It's about you doing 3 subscription sales and building a team of 3 and helping them to do the exact same thing. It's about duplicating yourself 3 times. So let's talk about money now. Subscription sales is the first thing. We need to do subscriptions because that's how the co-op grows in size and continues growing. That's the power of the co-op. Okay. So your subscription sales bonuses comes to you on your 3rd sale. That's your 3rd subscription sale. Why 3? It's called power of 3. These are personal sales done by you. There's 1, 2, and the 3rd one is shown in red. Now on the 3rd subscription sale, that is when your subscription income bonuses start, not on the 1st, not on the 2nd, and you get paid 100 rands for that personal subscription, and it's 100 rands for each one thereafter. But on your 3rd one, something very special happens, because now the leverage component of the system clicks in for you, And when you're working with that person to help mentoring, help that person to do his or her 1, 2, 3 subscription sales, that person is going to get paid the same as you, 100 rands on the third subscription. What happens to the 100 rands on the first and second subscription? It comes to you. This is your payment for being a mentor, your contribution to that person's success. That gives you 2 bonuses of 100 rands, which is 200, and the first 2 sales from those 2 new members, and the first 2 sales from those 2 new members, and so on and so on. And this goes down for what we call 5 generations, and you can see the leverage component is building up massively from generation to generation. And after 5 generations of sales, guess what? 6,200 rands of leverage income comes to you from your third marketer. This is called an income stream. Look at the leverage, guys. 6,200% leverage income. Leverage income is far better than personal work. Power of 3 leverage income doesn't stop there. It increases, because now your job is developing an organization. Don't stop at 3. Now we're going to go the next 3, 4, 5, 6, and the same thing happens, and multiple income streams develop from each new marketer that you have subscribed. So in this column here you've got income stream from 3, income stream from 4, income stream from 5, income stream from 6, 6,200, 6,200, 6,200, multiple income streams of leverage income coming through this system. Now I'm getting excited, because this also applies to the sale of shares. The co-op has 10,000 shares for sale by the members, and when your team members purchase their first share, guess what? You get paid again. Massive leverage coming in here. When your first subscribed member buys his first share, you get paid 750 rands. When the second subscribed member buys their first share, you get paid 750 rands. Then power of 3 clicks in for you again, and when your third subscribed member buys their first share, you get a pay increase to 1,250 rands, and it continues at that level for the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th. Now guys, listen, this is no extra work for you, because your work was already done in the subscription. This is happening in due course as each of those new members acquires their first property share. And it goes down for 5 generations in exactly the same way. So when from your 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, when their first 2 subscribed members purchase their first property share, you get paid again 1,000 rands. And when their 2 do the same, 2,000 rands, 4, 8, 16,000 rands down to the 5th generation. A massive income coming in, 33,750 rands in each income stream. Guys, this is phenomenal. I'm excited by it. This is massive leverage income that flows to you in due course. And this leads us into benefit number 2. Property sales. So while you're doing that, making your personal money and your leverage income, what is the co-op doing? It's taking the money from the shares, from the purchase of the shares, and it's buying properties to upgrade and to sell for profit. And that profit belongs to you. It belongs to the people who purchase the shares, which is the co-op members. 85% of the profit from every sale is paid to you directly as a member, and 15% of the profits is not paid out to you. It goes into another fund called a portfolio fund, and that is for buying retained properties, not for sale, and that's for long-term investment in the property market. For whose benefit? For your benefit. And this leads us to benefit number 3, which is ownership. Remember, 15% of the sales profits of those properties purchased and sold by the co-op belongs to you. It goes into a portfolio fund for retained properties not for sale. These properties are being held, leased, they're going to generate interest and dividends, and the asset value will increase year by year by year, as it always does. And this belongs to you as a member and a marketer, and it belongs to you in proportion to your shareholding. So guys, it's important to get and own as many shares as possible before they're all sold out. Okay, so this is totally unique, and there's no other business entity in the country that has these kinds of benefits for its members. There's certainly no cooperatives, and there's no operational businesses, because operational business interest is for the business and it's not for the member. This is totally backwards. It's absolutely great. It belongs to you. And there is the summary. Benefit number 1, bonuses, commission, cash flow. Benefit number 2, income generated to you in the property market by the co-op while you're doing your work. You've got the co-op working for you. And benefit number 3, dividends and appreciation of retained properties and property that's owned by you, owned by your children, and owned by your grandchildren. It's the concept of power of 3 working for you. Guys, I hope this information's been useful to you. I hope it will help you to move forward, come on board, join the co-op, get busy working with us, and start changing things, because 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, you could look back on this moment and see it as a turning point in your life.